Hey guys, welcome back to another Flesh and Blood video. This video is proudly brought to you by the House of Cards, the official sponsor of my stream. Be sure to check out the link in the description below for all of your Flesh and Blood needs. Now, Riptide isn't a deck that I run into very often when I'm playing on Talishar, but I was intrigued by this matchup because Kayo seems to turn on almost every single trap that Riptide has, and it seems like that could be a real problem for me. Riptide does a very good job of punishing decks like Kayo because they turn on all of the triggers from buffs and go again, so it makes it very easy for Riptide to deal incremental damage during your opponent's turn. But the question is Kayo just too much to handle? Thanks for stopping by, guys. I hope you enjoy the match. So we're playing against Riptide, and our opponent has chosen to go first. Battering Bolt for 7. I mean, I'm gonna take one here just to be able to play the Cast Bones. And then, I mean, he can't take the Cast Bones or the Bear Fangs here, so we're hopefully gonna be able to set up some kind of an agility and play the Cast Bones this turn would be nice. I mean, even if I do roll, like, we'd have to roll well here, right? I mean, there's probably, like, I'm probably just supposed to play the Cast Bones and just be okay with that. Hope that we hit all 6s. I mean, if we hit 5 and draw into, like, a BRB, that would be okay, but I think I would rather just see 6s across the board. Let's see, what was that? 1 blue in there? 1 blue, okay. So we're definitely going to Arsenal of Bear Fangs, and yep, I mean, this turn's pretty good. Like, barring whatever they throw, like, this hand's pretty good. I don't know what they could really throw at us that would make us have to block. Like, Remorseless would be pretty good here. Like, they have some arrows that could, like, make us block, but this is probably going to be take some damage and just try to go ham. Hope they don't have the crazy dumb trap here. I mean, I think I'm just going to take 5. Like, they have to have, like, Razor to give this go again since they didn't activate Perch Grapplers. Which means, like, that's their whole turn, which is pretty okay with me, I think. I think I'm okay with that. So let's go Bear Fangs, and let's see what we rip into here. So it's going to be 14 go again. Really like to see that. Pulping's probably not going to be great in this matchup, if I had to guess, just with all of the value that our opponent will get off of being able to, like, load trap cards into their arsenal. Now, I mean, we may have to, like, you know, try and soul read them and be like, hey, when do you or do you not have traps here? No Buzzsaw Trap. Or not Buzzsaw Trap, the other one. Nah, I don't really care about the Inertia Trap. That's fine. Boulder Trap. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it is fine. Like, it's not the worst trap they could have. So we go to 32. They put a counter on our Bone Breaker. Makes the most sense. Sink below here. Choosing not to sink a card, it looks like. And they take 4. We're going to throw the Pulping here in hopes that we can also throw the Bear Fangs after this. And we can, which is great. We did not throw the Claw once this turn, but I mean, it's still a pretty good turn, all things considered. Like, this was an insanely good setup turn here. So 14 and 6 is 20. This is a 28-point turn. I mean, yeah, like, you love to see it. You love to see it. Premeditate to load. And then Endless Arrow for 7 here. There's not a super easy block that we can take while trying to turn on the Assault and Battery. I mean, I do want to block this out. I think we're just going to block like this and throw 9. Like, I think this is okay. We'll just go ahead and block this out. Like, the fact that, like, we're denying them, like, an Arsenal from, like, the Pre-Med and from the Endless Arrow, letting it hit, like, they would have had it either way because they would have had the Pre-Med and they would have had the Endless Arrow, but I think denying them an Arsenal is a better play here. When we're up 12 points, so we can just try to play defensively and then attack for 9 here, I think is a good play. Keeping your life total up against Riptide is a pretty smart thing to do, in my opinion. Riptide can really punish you for letting your life total get out of hand here, so must have a 0 coster here. We draw into another Endless Arrow. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm thinking about just going to 27 here and giving him an arsenal. So if I go to 27, my turn is pitch Reckless Swing to play Wild Ride. And then claw into something else, hopefully. And with the Tunic, we can even play a 3. So I think this is fine. I think we can just go to 27 here. I could give the Assault and Battery and the Scabs here, notably. I could give those cards and give the Assault and Battery and the Scabs here to play, to go claw, discard Agile Windup, and then throw the Wild Ride with the Tunic if I wanted. But I think this is a better play. I think we're giving ourselves more upside potential to be able to make some better plays here. Now, unfortunately, we do get punished by not keeping our blue and drawing into a yellow, which is fine. You know, it's not like that's the end of the world or anything. So our opponent blocks 6. So we can throw 6 more here. I'm kind of incentivized to throw 6 and then just pass, but I also want to, like, part of me wants to throw the claw from the Tunic, make an agility and arsenal this. I think let's go with that. I think that's like a better setup play here. We're not applying as much pressure as we want, but the like little bit of variance that we still get from Kayo kind of like got us right there. Now the crazy thing is, like, our opponent probably just assumes that we have like a 2 in our hand, a 2 cost attack in our hand, but we have 2 3s in our hand, which is unfortunate. So let's see if they give a trap here. I'm curious to see if they will, based off of, I don't know, Pendulum Trap has played or activated a reaction this chain link, put the top 2 cards of their deck into their graveyard. Okay. So he's putting away his, I can't remember what it's called, the Endless Arrow. He's putting away his Endless Arrow. That's more than likely what that is, I assume. We're going to discard the Agile Windup. We don't get to make another Might token, but we do get to set up an Agility for the following turn, and then Arsenal the Beast Within, which is just a value 3 for 6. Holy moly. Let's go. And with the Savage Feast still in hand, you love to see it. We discarded the Assault and Battery. Let's use the Agility token to throw the Savage Feast to draw another card here. I mean, I could play the Bloodrush here. And if we draw into like a blue and a yellow, I can go claw for 7 into this for 10. And this is 9. Oh God, please don't let this be. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I don't care about that. No, we're not gonna do that. That's fine. The Frailty Trap, okay. This does have go again, so we do get a Frailty here, which is fine. I'm more concerned about them having the card that makes us discard our hand. Okay, so I mean, we're just going to go to 20 here and they cover this up. Problem is, if we draw 2 reds, we're like in a pretty tough spot, but I think this is the correct play, is just to play this to try to draw into a blue and a yellow. So no yellow. I mean, this is for 9. Like, this is for 9. Like, I think this is fine because this is like, we get a good amount of value here, and we already have a Might set up for next turn, and Command and Conquer gives us a lot of value. I mean, they're probably going to crack the Balance of Justice here if I had to guess. I would think they wouldn't have wanted to go to 12 there, but... Yep, and then we're just going to pass to you after that. They'll crack the Balance of Justice. This might be a point in the game where we try to give Fleshbag and some cards here to like try and stunt their turn so that we can play a little bit more offense here. I mean, I can give Pack Hunt. I can give Pack Hunt and some equipment over here, and then I can go 5 go again, putting the swing big on the bottom. Actually, I don't even need to give Pack Hunt here. I can just give this and take 3, and then I get to go 5 go again into swing big. Or I'm sorry, 6 go again into swing big, which is pretty good. Actually, it might be better just to go 6 go again into the Command and Conquer, forcing them to make a decision. Yeah, it forces them to make a decision. And then we can arsenal the swing big for a better turn. For like if we see the last Bloodrush, or if we see like a Cast Bones come up soon. Riptide playing the value game very well here. Our opponent's played a very good game so far. Okay, so we're just gonna have to pitch the swing big here. We could get aggressive and roll here. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Like, we could get punished, but I don't hate it. So with the inertias, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do this. This is for 6, and then I don't care to let the swing big just go to the bottom. It's not pitching it makes it to where it's it's information they don't have. So I'm a pretty big fan of just throwing this and letting the swing big go to the bottom. That's fine. Like, that way they're not aware of the information of the swing big there. So we're playing a little bit of like keep away there. They just pass. So if I go claw, discard this into pulping, I have 2 floating and no cards in hand, but I can lead on the pulping. There's not really a great way to make anything happen here because I want to discard this, and like I'm worried about them stuffing this. Let's tell our opponent that we're thinking here to give us a second here. This is a tough decision. This is a tough decision point. We could alternatively so I could play the assault. I'm sorry, no, I can't do that either. I can't do that. I mean, I guess it's the same thing. So it's just whatever's more damage, I guess. So if I think we're just supposed to go like the pulping has more upside, but it also gets stuffed more by like what we're doing. So I think we're just going to do this. I think we're just going to lead with the claw here. And we'll see how our opponent blocks. I mean, they've done a good job of like bringing the game back into like to a reasonable life total here. Like we were up like 12 at one point, and they've done a very good job at bringing the game back to. Okay, there's no effects on hit. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I don't like. That's a block 3 that deals 1 to us there, so it doesn't really matter. Is it better just to throw this 5 here? Like, we've already created a might. So, like, I think there's just no world where we're supposed to throw the pulping there. Like, maybe we're trying to push through dominated damage, but I really don't think that's where we want to be. I think we can just throw 5 here and just keep the pulping in our deck for a later time. They have a sink below from hand, which means they take 1, go to 11. So this was a turn cycle where they dealt 1 to us and we dealt 1 to them. Okay. I mean, if I go to 10 here, I can lead on the pulping with the agility, it'll bail me out. And then if I discard my Command and Conquer or my Swing Big and draw into a blue, I can use the blue to go Claw, go again into either one of these. Let's take 4 and see if they activate Dreadbore or if they use Bullseye Bracers here. Like, the later the game goes, the more value Bullseye Bracers gets, so I'm curious to see. I think going to 7 is fine here to try to make this happen. Like, this is a pretty good hand, and we just need to get some value out of it. They cannot stuff our go again here, regardless of what happens. All right, so that worked out exactly how we wanted it to. We just need them to not have the trap that, like, destroys our go again turns. Like, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but the one that destroys our go again cards where we, like, discard, we, like, draw X -1 cards or whatever out of our hand. You discard your hand and then draw that many cards -1. So right here, we would draw 1 card, which would feel real bad. Because, I mean, like, unless it's another Swing Big, there's not much we can do with it. Okay. Boulder Trap is fine. We go to 6. They put a counter on our Scabs. I mean, maybe we're supposed to give up our equipment as fast as possible because of Boulder Trap. Like, maybe that's, like, a possibility for our game. That's something I hadn't really considered. They take some damage there. We're going to go 3 go again. We have 3 go again into Swing Big. I mean, this was 7, 10, 18-point turn off of 4 cards. And even if they have 2 3 blocks in hand, like, they can't stop all of this. They'd have to have a Sink Below in hand, which we've seen 2 of. So, I mean, technically they could have a Sink Below. They go to 2. Okay. They might use Bullseye Bracers here. Codex of Frailty. What are they going to get is the question. A 0-cost arrow, I'm sure. They get an Endless Arrow. We can get a... We can get a Bear Fangs here, right? And just, like... Right, and maybe... Is it better to get Command and Conquer? Nah, Bear Fangs is insane, though, right? Like, Bear Fangs has so much value. So, Bear Fangs. Discard the Beatdown. The Endless Arrow lets us go Sin Packing and Scabs to stop this to stay at 6. And then the only way that we get, like, truly punished here is if we have Cast Bones off the top. Which, like, I think we've only seen 1 so far, so, like, it's very possible. But this is 7 go again into hopefully 7 more. And I don't know that they can block all of that. They're Riptide. They might be able to block all of it, but, like, I'm really hoping that this is a turn that, like, ends the game. Yep, Tar Pit Trap. We go to 5. Take Cover does not deal damage to us. They get to reload, which is irrelevant. And then a resource to throw Bear Fangs. And we draw and discard a Pulping. So this is 7. And they block 7. I think they're just saying, okay, I'm going to take this turn cycle to deal 1 point of damage to you and take nothing here. Which, I mean, to be fair, like, is pretty good for them. So I can... discard the Windup and come in for 12, and the only traps that are turned on are Inertia Trap. And there's the... I don't think most of these lists, I don't think they're playing... Where is it? I don't see it over here. The one that deals damage to you if you don't pay for it. I know it's over here. There it is, Tar Pit, or Pitfall Trap. I think most of these lists only play 2. So we use the ability to get the insane value we want here. And then this is going to be for 13 because of the Might token. So anything that has like greater base turned on is value for them here in the trap department. But this is still like a big value turn for us. Okay, the Fate Foreseen is going to allow them to not take any damage. I mean, barring they have another 3 block. Wow, that what? I guess they had a no block in their hand? I don't know, that was weird. I was expecting them to have another trap right there, but we take the wins as they come. Pretty early on in this game, I was able to set up a Cast Bones after I arsenaled a Bear Fangs, which gave me the ability to go 3 attacks deep, and it was for like 25 to 27 points worth of damage, which gave me like a 12-point life lead and really put me in the driver's seat for this game. Now, I tip my hat to my opponent because they did not fluster, they did not break, they played their game plan all the way through. They used their traps to deal incremental damage, and yes, I took some extra damage off traps that I didn't have to, but I think it was worth it for me to continue to throw attacks and play offense. But my opponent played this very well, and they played patiently, and they played their game plan here. I didn't actually think that I was going to win the game with the Savage Beatdown right there, but I can only assume that they had a no block in hand. Maybe they're playing like a spicy one of Plague Hive? I have no idea. I was very perplexed there at the end. I was also very surprised to not see a Collapsing Trap throughout that game because Collapsing Trap can absolutely ruin my day. Guys, if you see anything you think I could have done differently, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear about it. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take it easy, guys.